This is a Bailey Unicorn Cabrera. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. On the right hand side front of the van, you've got your barbecue gas point, and below that you'll find your wind down legs. There'll be another one on the opposite side in the same place. You've then got the storage for underneath the front seating area, motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll demonstrate the motor mover to you here on site in person, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts. Then got a 3-pin socket coming out the side of the van, so you can have power coming out to the awning, and you've got a direct satellite connection, so if you've got a satellite on site coming into the van, you can connect it straight up. Mains power coming into the side of the van from the power on site. Then got your wind down legs on either side of the rear. Your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. And in the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette. Release the cassette while pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And then you've got an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You'll then find our gas locker in the side of the van here, so in here you can put your gas bottles and have your pipe work connected up to the gas bottles. There is no pipe work or battery with the caravan. Water pickup does come with the van, and that drops down inside the ack roll, as you can see here, and then connects to the side of the van by pushing straight into the side of the caravan. And next to that you've got your Aldi heating and hot water flow. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. As we go inside the van, you see the guys are still cleaning the van at the moment. To the right of the door, as you come into the caravan, you've got your main control panel, so you've got your master power switch just here. You've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. You've got your interior lights and your awning light for the outside of the caravan. At the top here, you've got your battery level for the onboard battery, and it'll bring up the battery level here to show you how much power is in the battery on board the van. Next thing I'm going to show you is the 240 volt trip switches. So underneath the cupboard, underneath the fridge, you will find your 240 trip switches. Now with these, if you've got mains power coming into the caravan and you hit the test switch here, you'll see the power switches drop down to the bottom here. Now that means there is power coming into the caravan. If you hit this switch and they do not drop down, it means there is no mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. At the bottom, you've got your 12 volt fuses for your 12 volt systems on board the caravan, and each of these is individually marked at the bottom, very much the same as your 240 trip switches. First thing you're going to do when you get into the caravan is turn on or fill the water system up. So underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, you will find a drain down valve. So on the right hand side of the water tank, in the cupboard underneath the right hand seat, underneath the seat on the front right hand side, sorry, you'll find the yellow valve. When that valve is flat with the floor, as it is at the moment, it means you can fill the caravan up. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it means all of the water, when you turn on the water pump, will drain straight back out onto the floor underneath the caravan. To drain the water system down, when you're finished using the caravan for your trip away, you'll open that valve up and point it towards the bottom of the seat, and you'll open all the taps up in the central position to drain them down. So you have to have it halfway between the hot and the cold and open fully for the water system drain down. And we also advise that you put the shower head down so it's pointing towards the floor or on the shower tray in the bathroom area. Once you've got the yellow drain down valve shut, you'll come over to every tap on board the caravan, open them all up on the hot side of the water system. Now you'll already see that I've already filled the system up, but once you open that valve up on the taps, and that's all the taps on board the caravan, you'll come to the water pump switch and turn on the water pump. Now you get an orange light here to let you know the water pump is running, and when that water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap on board the caravan. And as you can see, the water heating's on, so it's steaming up nicely there. I mean, it's getting very hot. But once that system's full, you'll shut all of the taps back off, and at that point you can start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. That's where the Aldi control panel comes in, just here. I hope that's going to clear up so you can see it. Just here. Top right hand corner, we've got an indicator to let you know you've got mains power coming into the caravan, and below that you've got the indicator to say what the current room temperature is on the caravan. Press the menu button. The top option here is your room temperature for the caravan. So you've got plus or minus. It goes all the way up to 30 degrees, and it is a real 30 degrees, not a kind of there 30 degrees. It is actually 30 degrees of room temperature within the wet central heating. Below that you have your option for your hot water. So you've got hot water on and hot water boost for the water system on board the caravan. However, you'll need to have it on boost when you are showering in the caravan. Below that you have the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you've got the option of 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. Now, depending on what site you're on will depend on what you set this number to. If you're on a site with 3 kilowatts available, then obviously you're going to make the most use of it you can. You're going to set 3 kilowatts, which will make the heating and hot water a lot more efficient than if it's on 1 kilowatt. If it is on the 1 kilowatt, obviously it's going to take a lot longer to warm up, and it probably won't be quite as efficient as the 3 kilowatts. Down the bottom left hand side of the screen here, you have your option for running your gas, water heating and your heating on board the caravan. So you hit the gas option here. It will self-ignite on gas if you decide to run it on gas. If it fails to ignite, it will actually come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks either end. On the right hand side here at the bottom of this screen, you'll see a cog symbol, and that is for the advanced settings on the caravan. Now in the manual it will tell you exactly how to use these. If you're not sure on how to use any of these, then we advise you don't, because it can take away the power sources, etc., to the rest of the heating and hot water systems. But if you want to have a read in the manual, it will explain how these work. You can set timers for your heating and hot water in here, and also what power source you want to prioritise when you're on site. But again, like I said, we do advise you read the manual for this, as if I tried to explain the video, it probably take me 2 to 3 hours to complete. So that is your heating and hot water systems. The microwave in this caravan is actually an eco microwave, so you need to hit the eco button on the right hand side here to wake the microwave up. As you can see, has come on now. The rest of it works very much like your household microwaves, but again there should be some instructions for this in the caravan manuals. Hob, grill and oven. Obviously most of your grill does run on gas, but you have got the 240 electric ring here, which only work when you've got 240 mains coming into the caravan, so you wouldn't be able to use that if you're off grid. The grill and oven, like I said, again will all work off gas, and you have your igniter on the front here. Below the cooker you'll actually find, in the cupboard next to the cooker, sorry, you will actually find some gas isolator switches. Should you have a problem with the gas, each of these is individually marked down the end here to each point on board the caravan. Next thing we go to is the fridge system. So the fridge is very simple to use. You have a dial here on the left hand side, you've got the off position at the top, spin it to the right and you'll get the plug symbol. This is your mains fridge, so it will operate the fridge on mains and it will chill the fridge if you are connected to the mains power source. You can control the temperature of the fridge on this dial on the right hand side. You've then got your, again you can come back to the dial on the left hand side, and then you've got your 12 volt option. The 12 volt option is for when you are towing the caravan down the road, and essentially it turns the fridge into a cool box. It will not work if you do not have the correct connection on the back of your car, or it is not wired up in the correct way. You will have no temperature control on the cool box mode. It is only when it's on the fridge mode for the gas and mains that you can control the temperature on this right hand side. Spin the dial to the bottom and you've got your option to run gas. So to run the fridge on gas, you'll press in the temperature button and hit the igniter at the same time. When you're hitting the igniter and you've got this gas valve held in, eventually you'll see this little red line here come round into the green, and that will be the fridge ignited on gas. You will need to continue to hold in the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds once that line is in the green, and then you'll slowly release the valve on the front here. Then you'll be able to control the temperature of the fridge on gas. I do advise after a few minutes of it been ignited and you've released the button, just to come back and make sure it is still ignited at that point. If it isn't, obviously go back through the igniting process and it will reignite. In the cupboard above you have your solar panel charger unit. You do not need to do anything with this, the solar panel just operates on its own. Coming into the bathroom now. Toilet system is very easy to use. You have your electric flush on the toilet on top here. You have a toilet full indicator light that lets you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, you need to have it back in the central position here. Then below the toilet, you actually see your grey waste handle, which you need to have in the open position to allow the waste into the cassette under the van, and in the closed position when you are not using the cassette or using the toilet. If it's in the central position, you'll also be able to remove the toilet waste cassette from the side of the caravan. Lastly, we're going to show you on this particular van is how to set up the bed at the front. So at the front here, you'll have a rail that pulls out, as you can see, and you'll pull that all the way out to the end here, where you'll actually see there's the rail sliding down here. If that ever gets stiff at all, we advise you using a little bit of silicone spray just to keep them rails lubricated. You'll then drop the cushions here from the sides, into the centre, and we do advise the outer parts of the cushion or the piece your legs go over to turn that upside down and put it to the outside of the van so it's not under your back while you're trying to sleep. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Unicorn Cabrera, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect the caravan. Thank you again. Bye bye.